actually, after our normal Tuesday night with Shooter's Paradise of Alabama and Brian DeMollick, with a very special group of young ladies, and I'm going to let these young ladies introduce themselves at this time, starting with Coach.
Hey, I'm Natasha Smallwood, and I'm the coach at Susan Moore High School.
I'm Callie Smallwood.
I'm Lady Smallwood.
Coach, I appreciate you coming on. I got to cross paths with you. We finally got our credentials, so I got to meet you. Well, I'd seen you earlier in the year, but, got to meet you guys down at the Final Four. We're going to talk a little bit about your career and everything, and obviously, how you got into coaching and the success from last year. But before we dive into all that, tell me what got you into your coaching career.
I started teaching, this is my 20th year, so I was offered, when I graduated college, the principal at Susan Moore High School called me and asked if I needed a job, and I said yes, I did, but it was to coach junior high basketball, and then it was also to coach volleyball and track. So for 3 years, I coached all three of those sports at Susan Moore. I did get out of volleyball, and then I continued coaching junior high basketball for a few more years, and then I got involved with the JV coach, or the JV basketball coach and job. And anyways, did that for a few years, and then the coach that was there as the varsity coach, he was kind of let go in the middle of the year. So I filled in for him the remainder of that year, and then the next year it became mine. So
Now, you were not from Susan Moore, or were you?
I was.
Did you go to school at Susan Moore?
I did.
Okay.
I went K through 12 at Susan Moore.
So they knew you obviously had trust in you as well, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So now, during that time when you had 3 jobs,
Yeah.
what was your free time? Did you have any free time?
I didn't have any free time.
0.
Zero.
So now normal season's nothing, but I mean, you guys play all year round, obviously.
We do.
Been very successful. Now, these 2 young ladies sitting on each side of you, you know them pretty well. If you want to tell everybody who don't know, these are your daughters, correct?
Yes, these are my daughters, Callie and Lainey, and they've been playing since they were very small. So
Now, ladies, I'm going to start with you, Callie. What's it been like growing up in the same household with your mom, who's obviously the coach?
Sometimes it's fun to celebrate the good wins that we get, and sometimes it's hard because we get also the backlash of a loss. After you get the backlash with the team, you get it more in the car and at home.
Oh, no doubt. Same question, lady.
It's obviously fun. I mean, she coached, pretty sure her first year was the year I was born. So, I mean, I've grown up with her being the head coach, so I've always been around it. So, I mean, it kind of helped me once you get up to the level, to know like what to expect, and it helped with that. And then obviously, the wins are always so much fun. We celebrate them, and then the losses we also get the backlash. But it's all fun, and I mean, I love it.
Now, Coach, this season has had it. I don't know if it's your most favorite season ever, but it's a very special season. I mean, you guys were. You want to talk about skin of the teeth away from the state championship. If you could put into words what this season's been like, please do so for us.
this season was really, it's almost indescribable, to be honest. But this has been a mission of ours for several years to make it to that state championship game. And I think in years past, it's just been a building year each year, and trying to get one step further each time. And this year, this team rallied together, and they were a family type team. They truly were, and I think that's what helped them just keep going as far as they did, because of how well they did play together, and they trusted each other. And it didn't matter who scored what. It didn't matter who did what, as long as it was a win at the end of the day. And that matters so much.
It's huge.
It's huge. And when you can get that mindset on a team and every girl buy into that, then you can really make something happen. And yes, the last game was not the ending we wanted. But like I told the girls and the team that night that, I couldn't be more proud of them for the fight they had to make it such a competitive, awesome game.
Oh,
in that stage that they were in.
It's getting bigger.
It's going to be a game that so many people talked about, even though we didn't win. It showed how much fight and grit that they all had. That they weren't going to accept not going out with a fight. So
same kind of question for you two. I'll let Callie start. What was it like for you to be a player in this, and obviously seeing it from the joy and the heartbreak and the whole 9 yards? What was it like?
It was a ride, to say the least. The girls on my team, they're like my sisters. We hang out all the time. We're with each other 24/7. They are truly like my sisters. And to celebrate the wins and process the losses with them, it really is a good thing for me. And we celebrate with each other, and we all learn from the losses. And we support each other through everything.
It was really fun. Obviously, like she said, we're all like super duper close, and like we're together like all the time. And I mean, just if you have a bond like that, it makes playing in the game with them so much easier. And then getting to go as far as we did, like with some of my best friends, and like getting to just experience all those moments together made everything so much more fun and enjoyable. And then obviously, we didn't win in that last game. It really hurt, because you had to see like your seniors, like the seniors that you were best friends with, you won't get to go out there with them again, and you had to watch them be really down on themselves. But it was really fun, and it was something that you would never trade for anything.
That's right, memories, and you keep those forever. Now, Coach, this offseason's got to be a little bit different. I mean, I know you still got the same things you got to get done, things like that, but approaching this offseason, you guys are really going to have a bullseye on your back now.
Absolutely.
There ain't no doubt about it. But then something else that I've heard a lot of coaches around the state who's been in your situation, who's went so far, you got other problems as a coach at that point. A lot of teams don't know how to handle success, and how do you get to maintain what you guys have going on, but then also raise that bar? What's some of your things that you're going to have to do to attack that?
To me, it's all about the mindset. You have to tackle the mindset of the athletes. And, I've told them that they know that we have to work. And you have to work because someone's working all the time. And, we've told them that they have of course, the potential to do this again, but it's not going to be given to us. We have to earn it.
It's probably going to be harder.
And it's even going to be harder.
Yep.
So, every day that we have from now till then, I've told them we've got to work. We've got to work harder than we did last year.
That's right.
And one with an injury, but still she's working and doing the things she can right now. But we're gonna go and work harder than we did last year.
Awesome. Same thing with you girls. To know that you've been there, what's some of the things you think you're going to have to do to go to that, get over that hump and bring home that state title championship?
Really, we have to put our mind to it, and we have to dive her down, and we have to work our butts off so that we will bring home that state championship.
That's right.
Yeah, we have to obviously work in the off season. That's when it's gonna, like, times like tonight is when you're gonna be able to push through and win state. And practicing in the off season is what's gonna get you to that point. You can't just rely on just the months you're in season to be able to get better and all that. I mean, obviously you can use that time. You have to use the time wisely, but in season it's more of focusing for games and stuff, and then off season is very important. But yeah, we just have to be able to overcome adversity, and we're pretty good at that. Obviously, we overcame a lot of adversity in that game, but we have to be able to push through and just put a stop. I don't really know how to word it. Win it in the beginning and not have to fight and come back at the very end.
That's right.
Start out strong.
Now,
start out strong.
Here, how fun is these Tuesdays here? It's fun, but it's hard work too. Talk about these Tuesdays.
It's my favorite night of the week, hands down. It's obviously it's tiring. Like you work and you don't stop really. You have a few water breaks, obviously, but it's fun playing against the best competition because it's gonna make you so much better. Like it's insane how much of a change I've seen in just like myself and then Callie. I'm obviously like we're both like getting so much better just because we're playing against like the best just on scrimmaging. Like we don't realize how much better you can get. But yeah,
I've never
fun.
seen anything like it.
I know, me neither.
I mean, even from guys, you don't see guys get together that's elite all across the state and play pickup. Same question for you. I know you're injured at the moment, but you definitely participated in a lot of these.
Yeah, no. When I was able to participate in these events, they were my favorite nights. Also, I just have fun because all the girls are so encouraging, and we're all just we become really close, and we laugh and we work. We just have fun, really.
You know what I like about here is by the grace of God, I don't even know how this aligned, but it seems like everybody up here's got a sisterhood. But the beautiful part I like about it is like you have anybody from 5A to 7A schools,
Yes.
to 3A, to 1A, to 2A. It seems like there's like nobody in your county or, like a rival you're going to play,
Yes.
which obviously it didn't matter if they would. Y'all still battle, but man, I think that's awesome.
Yes.
Girls basketball in general I'm telling you, if there's any sport that's on fire in the state, it's girls basketball.
Yes, I can see it progressing tremendously. The game is changing.
There ain't
for
no
sure.
doubt. Look at the crowds
I know.
you guys drew. I mean, like, it was insanity.
Yes.
I mean, at regionals and in state. Now, I got to ask these two a question. And, Coach, you got to back them up on this.
Okay.
Got a couple more questions and get out here. What's the maddest you've ever made your mom during a game?
Oh,
Well, actually, it starts with her making me mad or something, like in some way, and then I yell at her, like, because you can't just normally talk when you're on the court. You gotta yell it so she can hear you over everybody there. Then sometimes, if the game isn't going very well, she'll take me out, and then she'll yell at me on the bench, and then I'll go back in.
That specific thing, though.
What specific thing?
Is there any that sticks out above the others?
Well, in the Elkmont game, she's trying to put us in a full court man when we had gotten 3 10-second calls in our 22 press. And she's trying to put us back into our man, and I yelled at her, and I was like, oh, we've gotten 3 10-second calls. We're not going back to man.
and thoughts.
How did that go after that?
She
Not
listened to me.
good.
She
Sometimes,
listened to me.
Same question for you.
which, having her brother and her dad on the bench doesn't help either one of us in these situations because
No.
they are going to team up and they're going to, like,
They're gonna take her
You're
side.
going to be,
Yeah, they're going to be like,
you're
she's
gonna,
your coach. You have to listen to her.
yeah, like, you're going to be proved wrong. But probably, had a problem, missing wide open layups. And, I thought since, I wasn't making a mistake because, I was definitely not missing wide open layups. Like, I was like, no, they're just not going in. She's trying to tell me what I'm doing wrong, and she told me, I remember it was in a Pennington game, and she told me, she told me what I was doing wrong, and I was going too far, and I was not hitting the layup.
She was getting under the rim.
Yeah, I was getting under the rim, and I told her, I was like, you're not out there, you don't know, and that did not go well. I never said anything ever again.
That didn't.
It didn't
I
work.
remember that one.
Did you go
we were
back
talking
in
about it
for
on the bench.
No, I definitely sat there for a really long time because her brother and her dad didn't really say anything, but her brother and her both were at me for a really long time. And scaredest I've ever been. I was not talking again, so
I
learned my
love it.
lesson.
I love
She
it.
did. She did learn.
That is hilarious. So you guys get it on the bench as well
Oh,
Yes.
from your uncle and your
everybody,
granddad.
but everybody
Yes.
does.
Mm.
Everybody really will, but
I
we
love it.
probably do get it a little more because they know that they can yell at us and they don't have parents in the stands watching. But
That's-
our parents are coaching.
That's
so
beautiful.
they have the free will to yell at us whenever they want without any type of
They got a green
permission
light.
seeking.
I think any of our kids can be on that.
Well, I
They're
mean, I
okay.
think that it's fine, but I'm just saying, they're not worried about anybody in the
Yes.
stands. Like, why are they yelling at my kid like that?
It's just,
I love it. Coach, final thoughts in this offseason. What's your number one goal you're looking to get done this off season before we obviously get back over into school?
In the off season, well, is to get everybody healthy. Number one, I've got her and one other with a shoulder.
But your off season is a grind. It's not like you're just going to
is.
lay on the beach somewhere.
That's right. So, the biggest thing is anytime you lose seniors, we had one with a starting role, we have to always get that, that adjustment made. You had girls who were going to be filling other roles this year that they didn't have last year. So really, for me, the off season is getting everybody used to what their roles going to be, and start working on it. Start working on everyone's goals as far as individual goals that we've told them and met with them with that we want them to do for next season. But the main thing is just getting ready to use their role and play in our play dates and get that chemistry ready to go for when we come in the fall and start practice.
All right, and we're going to close it down with this. What's it been like playing for your mom? What would you like to say to her right now?
I'm appreciative of her being my coach, because even in the times where she does yell at me more than most of the time, but she just has the best interest in me for me playing, so I'm appreciative of her.
Same question.
It's fun, obviously. You have her at home telling you, so most people don't get to go home and hear, get advice, because, she's coaching, so she's watching the game, the whole time. And, most kids don't get to just go home and hear, the, facts, the credentials
Definitely
of
not the head
everything.
coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of everything you did wrong and everything you need to work on, and so it helps. It obviously gets you better, and it's fun just being with your family all the time, because like I said, I'm with the whole family coaching me, but it's fun. Yeah, it's really fun.
Well, I appreciate you ladies taking time after I know Laney's been out there battling with the best in the state. Appreciate having you guys on, definitely getting to know you guys better, and obviously we'll be covering you guys next year and obviously this summer as well, because we'll be coming up here on Tuesdays. Thank you guys so much.
Sounds good. Thank you.